Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you. It is Tuesday, the 23rd of April. And what do you know? We had a green day for once across the board. I think we're up $8.99 on our funded accounts today. Only had one account in the red and kept that to a minimum. One of the things I told myself overnight, and especially after yesterday, was I have got to adhere to a $600 stop loss. So basically, if I have an account going to $600, I have to stop trading that account. It's something that I should have been adhering to for the last couple of days, and I didn't, and that's what cost me yesterday. So yeah, I just really wanted to make sure that I adhere to that. I did have this account down to 567 in the red today at one point, and I brought it back to negative 375. So we'll call that a win. I actually did have it at one point. I did have it up to like about $89, close to being break even. But in any case, executed the day very well. Didn't do so well on evals. I kept this eval around because this was a little bit frustrating. I think I traded two Apex evals and lost them both. I kept this one on my charts today just because I had a very, very good trade with oil this morning with this account and then ended up blowing it. So a bit frustrating. It is an eval, however, there was a lesson in that trade. It didn't do so well with the take profit evals. Yeah, this is one that I just bought, a brand new one, 940, big loss on the first day. A little bit of a loss on the second one, but that's okay. Those are evals. But look at this market on NQ. We just simply opened up this morning and we kind of just had a steady churn up pretty much all day. Bit of a chop action here in the early afternoon section. This was a bit crazy. I didn't take a lot of trades in it, and I'm glad I didn't. And obviously we had, I think it was Tesla news coming out this afternoon right at around 4 o'clock that caused a lot of volatility. But I wanted to show one trade here that I took. This is probably one of my best trades on a funded account that I've taken in a while. So we held this 500 level, and we just had this slow churn up. We had this pullback right back to the EMA, and we had this long wick. This candle is what prompted me to enter this trade long. And I waited until I was sure that this candle was going to stay green, or at least I felt confident it was going to stay green. And I entered long here. This is a one trade, $550 winner, taking profit nearly at the top for an excellent win on that funded account. So I was really, really happy with just watching this unfold, identifying the candle, the EMA, the fact that we had held. If you look, we broke above after the open. This was around 9:45. We finally broke above, kind of had this choppy action. This is actually where I lost that eval. I thought this 17,460 level was going to hold, and it didn't, and I ended up blowing up that account, which is an eval. But we reclaimed this level here, and that's really what prompted me to go long. So that was really, really a good trade. I was very, very happy with that. I do want to show you oil. I did trade oil quite a bit today, and that is one that I have had some, I almost have a love-hate relationship with oil. Some days I love it, some days I hate it. When you look at the overnight session, this morning when we came in, we had an overnight, this happened early in the morning, we had this major spike up to $83. And immediately pull back, and it was just on a slow burn down. And when I opened the charts this morning around 6 o'clock, I was looking at this as it broke below this 82 level, and I saw this kind of flat line, and I entered right here. Matter of fact, let's just go there. This was on this account. Yeah, I entered right here. This is on this blown eval, which stinks because I had such a nice trade. Entered here, and I literally just held this short, put a trailing stop on at like 20 ticks, which is $200 on oil, and just watched this thing. I held that trade for 1 hour and 40 minutes, ended up with a $720 winner. So first trade with this account. This is a reset account, or a rebuild account that was available this morning. First trade, $720, and then we lost it on NQ in this morning session right here. Yeah, right here in this. I actually had went short right in here, thinking this was going to continue to reject, and we had this big move up and I blew it. But anyway, getting back to oil. So now we created this bottom, and this is kind of an intermediate level that I've also been looking at, this 81.30 or whatever. We've held, this level has kind of held, and it held again today. So this is kind of interesting to see what this has done in the big picture recently. If we've come down to this level, we have typically bounced off of it, and we did the same thing today. So I was paying attention to that, and then I was waiting. This was account 30. This is the account that the PA account that's in the red. So in the early morning session on NQ, I traded that account, and I got into a couple bad trades around the 8 o'clock hour, 7:30, 8 o'clock in here. I got caught in some bad trades. Ended up like down around $500. And then going to oil, I was watching as we reclaimed this 82 level. Let's go right back. Here's where we were. We had bounced off this 81.30, and we went all the way back up, reclaimed 82, which was an area that we had held overnight. And once we reclaimed that, I watched this kind of slow churn up, and I really was wanting to make sure, and it kind of felt like, man, every time we start hitting this EMA, it just continued, it wants to bounce. And we had this little pullback, and I entered here entered a little bit early, maybe had a little bit of drawdown, but again, it hit this EMA, and we went all the way up, and I had a $410 winner, and that brought the account back to almost like $90. And then I just proceeded the rest of the day to kind of, as this was kind of give and take the rest of the day. I really just got to trade in this EMA. And I want to point out something. This fooled me a little bit. Well, let me go back. Here's kind of my strategy. I was looking at this 83 rejection, and because of this big move, I felt like, man, if we reclaim 83 and we candle body close on the 2-minute chart, if we candle body close above 83, I think we might be able to go long. That's what I was thinking, but then I went long before we candle body closed above 83 and got stopped out short, or got stopped out because this market pulled back. See this trade right here? And then I went, and this is a bad habit of mine. I'll kind of live in this moment, and then I went long, or went short right away, and that ended up being a loss of 220, and now I'm back at like $500 in the hole or something. So at this point, I started paying attention to the 15-minute chart, and I noticed these long wicks right here. And I thought, maybe this 83 is going to reject, and I may be wrong. We're not going to hold. And so that's where I was a little bit unsure, but then we finally went back above it. It really just kind of confused me a little bit, and it kept me from entering into probably a couple of trades that I may have taken and may have ended up better. But here I held this one for about 20 minutes, basically a wash, and I should have held on to it a little bit longer, because I entered here and we had this pullback several times and almost stopped me out. And then I just got out of the trade, and then right there is where we ripped up, and I could have had a really nice winner. And then I capitalized here, and yeah, I just started to kind of enter whenever we were close to this EMA, and won some, lost some. Here I had a $60 loser, just kind of nickel and dime my way in the afternoon on oil on that account, that 30 account. So the good part about that is, because I really liked what I was seeing, and I felt like I was reading this fairly well, I just never really got a good winner going. I had a couple trades that I could have taken profit, and I didn't, thinking that it was going to move higher. But it kept me out of some of this mess that we had. For me, this would have been pretty bad trading on NQ. There was a lot of volatility, a lot of crazy candles here, and when we're in this kind of choppy area, I typically don't do that well on NQ. So that probably helped me, being that I was in this market this afternoon and overall doing okay. I mean, I really, like I said, this account at one point before the market opened, we were at like 500 in the red. This trade here brought it back to about $90. And then, nickel and dime my way back and forth, and ended up at negative 375. But overall, I am very, very happy with today. Traded the day quite well. I'm just really, really happy to see these PA accounts green, I just realized right now that I did not update my TradeZella. So I can't show you TradeZella, but I'll try to do that tomorrow so we have that update for tomorrow. Looking at the trading goals that I have, this was one of the things I told myself as well yesterday. I'm going to stick to my targets. This is something that has got me in trouble quite a bit as of late. And if I'm really, that was just, when you have these kind of bad weeks and stuff, you think through all these things. And I have been getting quite greedy, and in other words, I will have an account where I get to my profit target, or I get above the profit target, and I'll just try to go for more, and then the next thing I know, the account's in the red. And I told myself, I'm going to stick to this goal. That's why I built this whole spreadsheet, to kind of keep myself in check and give me a reasonable target. I know I just need to get to X, Y, or Z. And the good news is, on the bottom 4 accounts, we achieved the goals, didn't exceed them by much. Like 35 account, we needed 317, we had 320. On account 37, we needed 450, we got 550. That was that good trade. And then the 2 new accounts, we needed 159 apiece, and we got basically 200 apiece. So very, very happy with that. And the other thing too is that I didn't take this 30 account and create a $900,000 loss. We kept it within reason. We're down 375. We wanted 228. So a good, solid trading day. Sticking to the plan, being careful, using these daily goals, and created some success. So very happy with that. Let's look at this other chart. I haven't showed this in a while, but this is, and the fact that I don't have TradeZella updated. But so this week, here's today. $8.99 today. We're down 9.16 on the week. So another good day tomorrow, and we'll be pretty much at break even. The good part here is, if you look at the singular accounts that we still have left, obviously the major red yesterday was because of the blown accounts. But if you look at in totality, I'm only down 123 on this top account for the week. The next account, I'm up 744 on the week, then up 915, up 216, up 188. So that is progress. That is huge progress. And like I said yesterday didn't feel like a red day to me. Even though I had a red day, it was because of these 2 terribly bad mismanaged account trades. And that's really what caused the day to be red. But if you obviously take that out of the equation, which we are looking at today, and we're having a pretty successful start to the week here. So I'm really going to be focused on continuing on that trend, on that journey. I'll update this chart, and we'll have some new numbers for tomorrow, and just continue to slowly pick along those numbers and try to make sure that we hit these as best as we can. And that's how we get to the goals and get to payouts. That's what got me there in the first place back in January and March. And April, we had the payout. That was with Take Profit, which is a little bit of a different trading mentality for me. But in any case. So yeah, that's my day. I'm very happy with it. Good to be green, and I'm going to try to do that again tomorrow. So hope you guys had a great day. Once again, thank you for using my codes out there. Those of you that use the Apex code or the Take Profit codes, I appreciate it. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. I try to do these videos every day, take you along on my journey, and hopefully together we can get to payout bill. All right, I'll have an update for you tomorrow. So long.